We're going to talk about a new trade idea surrounding a potential first base trade. And then, of course, we're going to recap Rafael Devers going yard against the Red Sox. Before we do that, if you want the Red Sox to make a trade, all things indicate that the Red Sox are actually probably going to be active at the deadline in terms of being buyers, If you want them to make a trade, like the video. Just hit the like button. I want to see how many people like this video. However many of you like it, that's how many people want them to make a trade. And hey, if Craig Breslow ends up watching this video and he sees how many people like the video, maybe he'll make a trade for a first baseman. But let's talk about trading for Nathaniel Lowe. This is an interesting one. I'm not going to lie. Jim Bowden of The Athletic pitched one difference-making trade for each AL team in the wild card race, and he had the Red Sox acquiring first baseman Nathaniel Lowe from the Washington Nationals. Also, real quick disclaimer, I'm in a hotel room. I went to a wedding this weekend. Obviously, you saw that in my short if you watched my short yesterday. I'm at a wedding. We'll be back in my regular setup tomorrow. Don't worry about it. But you make do with what you got. And here we are talking about this trade. So this is what Bowden had proposed. The Red Sox, it's a 1-for-1 swap. The Red Sox acquire Nathaniel Lowe from the Washington Nationals, and the Red Sox give Payton Tolle, or Tolle, I'm sorry if I mispronounce his name, to the Nationals in return. A left-handed pitching prospect, was their second-round pick in last year's MLB draft. I think just off the top, I just want to make the point abundantly clear. The Red Sox are going to be active at the deadline. I think that every report has shown that they are going to do things. Now, what are those things? We don't know. I think they're going to trade away one of their outfielders. I think it's either Duran or Abreu. I think Cedon has kind of saved himself with how he's played over the last few weeks. So I don't think Cedon's going anywhere, although he would be my first choice. But Abreu or Duran, one of them is getting traded at the deadline. I can almost guarantee it. And if not, it will happen in the offseason. And then I know people in the comments from yesterday's video say I'm crazy. I do believe Breslow when he says that they are not waving the white flag on the season. We've seen it. They've played a series and a half since Devers has been traded, and they've won 3 of the 5 games that they've played, and they've been competitive. They've been gritty. It feels like they've got, a new sauce. They've got this grit to them that I don't feel like they had before the trade, which is weird. I don't know why you didn't just have that before the trade, but then you have Devers. Maybe he was straight up a locker room cancer that nobody liked. I don't believe that, but it is what it is. So I genuinely believe that the Red Sox are going to make some moves. I think, and everyone's been saying it, what do you do with the money that you saved by getting rid of the Rafael Devers contract? And I think that acquiring a first baseman at the deadline that has some control, acquiring a starting pitcher at the deadline, maybe a rental, but maybe one that has control as well, and then getting ready for free agency, which the free agency class this year is not stellar, but there are names in it that I would be interested in picking up on day one. Let's talk about Nathaniel Lowe, because Jim Bowden wrote a little bit about Nathaniel Lowe and talked about his fit with the Red Sox. He said the Red Sox have a hole at first base, and Lowe would be a good fit. Last year, he slashed .265, .361, .401 with 16 homers and 69 RBIs while playing plus defense at first base. This year with the Nationals, he's hitting just .227, but has 12 doubles, 10 home runs, and 45 RBIs in 75 games. He goes on to say he'd be an upgrade for the Sox, who would control him through 2026. Lowe would be a solid placeholder until James Tibbs III, acquired in the Devers trade, is ready for the majors. Now, we've talked trade targets in the past, and we're going to talk more tomorrow. So get ready for that video. We're going more in depth into trade targets tomorrow. I think you can do better than Nathaniel Lowe at first. His best season wasn't even in 2024 or 2023. It was in 2022 when he hit .302 with an .851 OPS. He had 27 home runs, 76 RBIs, 147 Ks, and 48 walks. He has consistently regressed every year since. I don't love that, because you would have control of him next year as well. I like the idea of having control over a first baseman. If you don't trade James Tibbs and he is your first baseman of the future, or, Casas comes back next year and works out, I like the idea, but I don't like the option that you have. But you let me know, would you trade for Nathaniel Lowe specifically? Type T for trade if you would, type P for pass if you would not. I'm more on the pass, but you let me know. T for trade, P for pass. Get down below in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know. Like I just said, I like the idea. I like the idea. I don't like the option. I think there are better options that will potentially be on the trade market that you can go after. Rhys Hoskins is my number one. I have been talking about him for weeks now. I think they should go talk to the Brewers and make a deal for Rhys Hoskins. If not, Ryan O'Hearn, who's probably the best pure hitter that is going to potentially be available. Go after Ryan O'Hearn. See what you got to give up to get him. I don't know if he's going to be the cheapest bell of the ball, but I do think that if you can get him for a good price, he's a good person to bring into your lineup and would be an instant upgrade. Or Josh Naylor, we talked about him as well. He's also going to be a free agent at the end of the year. That would be a rental unless you extend him. But yeah, I think those options are leaps and bounds better than what you would get with Nathaniel Lowe. Personally, I think Lowe's great. He's got a championship playoff experience. He won a World Series with the Texas Rangers. Like, he's got that experience that a team desperately needs. But all three of these guys have some experience in some way, shape, or form. Rhys Hoskins is a seasoned vet. Josh Naylor was on the Guardians when they made a postseason run. Ryan O'Hearn's been on the Orioles. He's been kind of a veteran option that's been helping grow some of these young guys. All three of these guys have stuff that Nathaniel Lowe has. But again, I think if these other three options are better options than Nathaniel Lowe. Let's talk a little bit about Payton Tolle, or Tolle. Again, I apologize if I butcher his name. Oops, sorry. Oh, brother. I ain't cutting any of that. This is live. We're doing this live. We're in a hotel room. It is what it is. Let's talk a little bit about what the Nationals would be getting in return. A second-round pick in 2024. Tolle has eye-popping 70 strikeouts in 43 and two-thirds innings this season in high A. This is the type of deal the Nationals need to make at the trade deadline, adding more power arms to their stable. He was drafted 50th overall in 2024. He is the number 15 prospect in the Red Sox system, and he is a left-handed power arm. I don't know if this trade's worth it. I really like the prospect of Payton Tolle. I really do. I when they drafted him was very high on him coming out of, I believe it was TCU. He is exactly what you're looking for. A high-powered lefty that strikes people out and gets swing and miss. That is exact. When you talk to Breslow, when you talk to Bailey, when you talk to the Red Sox front office, what are they looking for in a pitcher? That is the blueprint. And he's a lefty. That's valuable. So I don't think that this trade at all is worth it. I would not do this. I would not trade a very promising pitching prospect for an older first baseman that continues to regress year after year. Yes, he's got a year of club control. That's great, but you can go after better options either at the trade deadline and get some control, or you've got the money in free agency. You can go out and sign a Josh Naylor in free agency if you really, really want to. You name a player for me real quick that you want the Red Sox to trade for. It can be anyone. It can be a pitcher. It can be a reliever. It can be a first baseman. It can be an outfielder. It can be whatever. You name a player in the comments that you want the Red Sox to sign. All right, we're going to talk about the game here in a second. It wasn't pretty. I didn't really get to watch it. I watched some of the highlights, but again, I was at the wedding, so I didn't get the full highlights. But all right, we're going to talk about the Red Sox losing to Rafael Devers and the San Francisco Giants here in a second. But first things first, I am currently in a hotel room. I filmed a short at a wedding I was at. That is the commitment you're going to get from me day in and day out. No days off. That is why you subscribe. Because when the Red Sox make a move, when the Red Sox play a game, you're going to get a recap of everything that happens, no matter the time, no matter the place, no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing. I have that commitment to you, Red Sox Nation. This channel is absolutely blown up over the last week with all the Rafael Devers news. I appreciate all of the new subscribers that have come around and watched the channel. Don't let up. If you know someone that's a Red Sox fan, send the channel link to them. I want to grow this channel as much as possible. And hey, guys, we are a week away from me touching down in Boston and going to Fenway Park for 3 games. So if you're there, say what's up. But make sure you subscribe. Don't miss out. I appreciate it. I really do. Okay, I'm going to be quick on this. Red Sox lose 3-2. Again, I didn't get to watch a lot of this game because we were at the service for the wedding and then we had to go to the reception right away. So I didn't get a lot of time to watch this game. But I did see the highlights. I was following along with the game cast. I have a relatively good picture of what happened in this game. Apparently, from all reports, the umpire was horrible. I cannot wait to see the umpire scorecard today. I didn't see that firsthand, but apparently the umpire was horrible. Brayan Bello pitched a relatively good game. He went 6. He only gave up 4 hits and 1 walk. He struck out 6 and 3 runs, and only 1 of them were earned. And that's a relatively good game from Brayan Bello. And honestly, the Red Sox should have won this game 2-1 because for the second night in a row, second day in a row, David Hamilton makes a costly error. And this time it cost you 2 runs off the bat of Rafael Devers. Rafi went yard. Now, I think that was probably the most obvious thing that was going to happen this weekend was that Rafael Devers was going to have his revenge game and that Rafael Devers was going to go yard. But you didn't need to be in that situation. If you do not boot a ball and you make a play like a major league second baseman does, you get out of that inning and you do not give up a 2-run home run to Rafael Devers. So it's the little league stuff. The little league stuff. That's what we saw. Red Sox struck out 8 times today. Not bad. But you didn't move runners. You didn't really do much. You rallied in the 9th, which was great. It was great to see the fight. It was great to see that you were trying to be scrappy and gritty, but too little, too late. Like, your offense just didn't do much today. 6 hits, cool. 5 of them came from Wilyer and Trevor Story. The only other one came from Roman Anthony, which was huge. It was a huge hit from Roman Anthony. The rest of your lineup was absolutely silent. The rest of your lineup did absolutely nothing. And that's it. That's the little league stuff. You're not playing a fundamental game on the base paths. You're not playing a fundamental game in the field. You're not playing a fundamental game at the plate. The little league stuff's going to kill you, and it's another 1-run loss. Now, you've won a lot of these games recently, which has been great. You've won a lot of 1-run games recently. But when you get to the end of the season and you're fighting for a playoff spot, you look at this game right here. If you miss out on a wild card spot by 1 game or a half game, you're going to look back at this game. You're going to look back at the 3-2 loss. That should have been a 2-1 win if you didn't boot a ball and give up a 2-run home run. It just is what it is. Bello pitched well. The bullpen after that was perfect. You had Alcala come in and be great. Luis Guerrero comes in and is awesome. Like, your bullpen has been solid. 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position. You left 6 runners on base. It's just not a recipe for winning baseball. It's just not going to do it. But you got a chance to win the series today. Who's on the mound? I totally forget. Please excuse me. I've completely spaced. Who's on the mound for the Sox? You've got Lucas Giolito versus Robbie Ray. This is a very winnable game. This is a very, very winnable game. Win this series. Leave no doubt. That's what this series is all about. Leave no doubt that you won this trade. Leave no doubt. Win this series. Keep your spot in the wild card. The Mariners did lose yesterday, so you still have a half game lead in the wild card, so you do still hold that last wild card spot. Win today. Hold that wild card spot. Make up ground in the AL East. You did lose a game because the Yankees won. And prove everyone wrong. This is a gritty team. This is a scrappy team. I like what I'm seeing. I like the fight. I like the determination. I like the emotion. But you got to win those close games. All right, you let me know down below in the comments. Do the Red Sox win this series? Y for yes and for no. Do the Red Sox win this series? I'm going to say yes. I think this is a big game for the Red Sox. I think this is a season-defining game for the Red Sox. And I hope and I pray that Lucas Giolito absolutely shoves and that the offense gets it going. That's where I'm going to leave you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you all so much for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you've not already. We'll be back tomorrow with another video, recapping the game, recapping the series, and talking about some more trade targets. That's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, go Sox.